Every hidden Porsche feature you're ignoring. Porsche is famous for performance, but its cars are also packed with clever details that aren't always obvious. Some improve daily driving, some help in bad weather, some are buried inside menus, and a few feel like little rewards for owners who actually explore the car. Because features vary by model, generation, market, and optional equipment. Not every one of these will be on every Porsche. But whether you drive a 911, 718, Macan, Cayenne, Panamera, or Taycan, there's a good chance your car has at least one trick you've overlooked. Let's take a walk around the car and find them. The left side ignition is more than a quirk. Let's begin with the feature every Porsche fan recognizes: the ignition on the left side of the steering wheel. The tradition is often connected to old endurance racing starts. Drivers would run to their cars, jump in, start the engine with their left hand, and select a gear with their right. Whether that saved a meaningful amount of time is debatable, but it became part of Porsche identity. Modern Porsches have kept that location even as physical keys have given way to keyless systems. On some models, the piece you turn isn't actually the removable key. It's a permanent starter switch shaped like one. You keep the real key in your pocket, turn the little Porsche-style switch, and the car starts. To someone unfamiliar with the car, it can look as if the owner left the key in the ignition. But it's really Porsche finding a way to preserve the old ritual inside a modern car. It's a small detail, but that left-handed start immediately makes the car feel different. Your key can do more than unlock the doors. Depending on the model and how it's configured, holding a button on the key fob may control more than the locks. Some Porsches allow you to open the windows remotely by pressing and holding the unlock button. Hold the lock button and the windows may close again. On convertibles, certain models can also operate the roof remotely under specific conditions. This is one of those features that becomes genuinely useful during summer. Instead of climbing into a cabin that feels like a pizza oven, you can vent the heat while walking toward the car. So test it while standing beside the car. Don't walk away assuming the window's closed just because your friend's Porsche does it. The 911 can listen to the road. The 992 Generation 911 has one of Porsche's most interesting lesser-known systems: wet mode. Sensors in the front wheel arches can detect water spray from the road. If the system recognizes sufficiently wet conditions, it warns the driver and recommends activating wet mode. Here's the important part: the car doesn't secretly change driving modes without telling you. The driver selects wet mode. Once activated, the car adjusts several systems to provide more predictable behavior on a wet surface. Depending on equipment, that can include throttle response, transmission behavior, stability control, torque distribution, and aerodynamics. And no, wet mode does not make the laws of physics take the afternoon off. It can't prevent aquaplaning if you hit standing water too quickly. What it does is help make a powerful rear-engine sports car more manageable when grip is reduced. It's classic Porsche. Performance technology being used not just to go faster, but to give the driver better information and control. Sport Response is your 20-second shortcut. If your Porsche has the Sport Chrono package and the appropriate steering wheel mode selector, you may have noticed a button in the center marked Sport Response. Press it, and the car prepares its powertrain for maximum response for roughly 20 seconds. The transmission selects an aggressive strategy, the engine and throttle become more responsive, and on turbocharged models, the system prepares the powertrain to deliver strong acceleration immediately. Imagine you're behind slower traffic. A passing lane opens, and you don't want to dig through drive modes. Press Sport Response, and the car gets itself ready. The display shows a countdown, which adds a little theater to the experience. It feels like something from a video game, except The speed, fuel bill, and consequences are all very real. The important detail is that Sport Response isn't adding horsepower the engine never had. It's putting the available performance on immediate standby. The diamond button is yours to program. Many modern Porsches have a button marked with a diamond symbol. Depending on the vehicle, you may find one on the steering wheel, the dashboard, or both. That button is programmable. The available choices vary, but you may be able to assign it to a favorite function such as changing the audio source, muting navigation guidance, opening a camera view, repeating a navigation instruction, or activating another commonly used feature. If you regularly need the surround view camera to protect expensive wheels from curbs, putting that function on the diamond button might be the smartest performance upgrade you make all year. Your Porsche may know your individual preferences. Modern Porsche driver profiles can store more than a seating position. Depending on the model and equipment, a profile may remember settings for the seat, mirrors, climate control, displays, lighting, assistance systems, radio favorites, and other personalized functions. That means two drivers can use the same Porsche without renegotiating the entire cockpit every time they swap. If your seat slides back when you turn the car off, it isn't haunted. It's trying to help you climb out with some dignity. Nothing starts a household argument faster than getting into a Porsche and discovering the seat is 6 inches too close to the steering wheel. The rear spoiler may have a manual control. On many Porsche models, the active rear spoiler deploys and retracts automatically, according to speed and driving conditions. But some models also let the driver raise it manually, using a physical control or an on-screen vehicle function. Why would you want to do that? The practical answer is cleaning. Raising the spoiler can make it easier to remove dirt, leaves, and water from the area underneath it. The less practical answer is that it looks cool when you're parked. Automatic operation generally takes priority once the car is moving, and the spoiler's behavior varies by model. On some Porsches, it has multiple positions rather than simply being up or down. The big rule is simple. Treat it like a moving aerodynamic component, not a shelf. Keep fingers, towels, and your cars and coffee breakfast away from the mechanism. PDK may let the car coast. Certain Porsches equipped with PDK can enter a coasting or sailing condition when the driver lifts off the accelerator under suitable circumstances. Instead of keeping the engine connected and using engine braking, the transmission temporarily decouples the powertrain so the car can roll with less resistance. Touch the accelerator or brake, and the system reconnects. An owner might assume something slipped or disengaged unexpectedly, but the behavior can be completely intentional. It is designed to reduce fuel consumption during relaxed driving. The feature's availability and exact conditions depend on the model, driving mode, transmission programming, and vehicle settings. The Taycan's passenger display has a privacy trick. Available on certain Taycan configurations, the front passenger display lets the passenger use navigation, media, and other functions without taking over the main center screen. The clever part is how Porsche manages driver distraction. The display can limit what the driver sees from their seating position. Depending on the system and content, privacy technology helps keep distracting material directed toward the passenger rather than the person responsible for steering. It's the digital equivalent of your passenger holding a map angled toward themselves. Except the map is now a high-resolution screen inside a very fast electric Porsche. The feature depends on equipment and software, but it's a good example of Porsche adding technology without forgetting who should be watching the road. Some Porsches can remember a front axle lift location. Certain low-slung Porsche models equipped with an optional front axle lift system can raise the nose to clear steep driveways, ramps, or speed bumps. On compatible newer systems, the car may also store GPS locations where the lift was activated. Return to that location later, and the car can offer to raise the front automatically or perform the stored action according to the system's configuration. That's a feature with a very specific purpose, preventing that awful scraping sound every sports car owner knows. It also turns a one-time correction into a routine. Teach the car where your difficult driveway is, and it can remember the problem. Mirrors and wipers may have service positions. Some Porsche exterior mirrors can tilt downward when reverse is selected, helping the driver see the curb while parking. The behavior may depend on which mirror is selected, whether a memory package is installed, and how the vehicle settings are configured. If the feature seems inconsistent, it may not be broken. The control switch may simply be in the wrong position. On models where the hood prevents the wiper arms from lifting normally, a service position moves them to an accessible spot after a specific sequence. This makes blade replacement and windshield cleaning much easier. The exact procedure differs between vehicles, so don't force the wiper arm past the hood. That's a very expensive way to discover your car has a service mode. The real hidden feature is the manual. We need to say this before everybody runs outside and starts holding random buttons. A function found on a 992 generation 911 may not exist on a 991. A Taycan menu may change after a software update. A Macon feature might depend on a package, and a European market car may behave differently from a US model. The best cheat code is the correct manual for your VIN and model year. That's less exciting than hearing a secret from a guy leaning against a guard's red 911. But it's considerably less likely to break something. Porsche's best hidden features reflect the same thinking that goes into the driving experience. The left side starter preserves a racing tradition. Wet mode listens to the road. Sport response puts the powertrain on alert. The front axle lift remembers where the pavement tried to eat your splitter. So the next time you're around a group of Porsche owners, don't just ask about horsepower, options, or lap times. Ask them what feature took them the longest to discover. That conversation might reveal something new about your own car. For more overlooked car features, performance stories, and the details that make enthusiast cars special, subscribe to Realm of Speed.